21 people have been convicted of sexual offences against 7 young children in Walsall. West Midlands Police says the offences were committed over a period of almost 10 years in what's been the biggest investigation of its kind that is ever dealt with. They'll be sentenced next month. I'm joined now by Peter Bleksley, who's a former Metropolitan Police detective. Peter, thank you very, very much. I mean, this is an absolutely, utterly disturbing and sickening case, isn't it? It's the largest child sex abuse inquiry that West Midlands Police say that they have ever dealt with, Peter.
Yes, and I think an enormous amount of praise needs to go to West Midlands Police over this investigation, which covers offences stretching over 10 years, multiple offenders, and, of course, multiple victims. This investigation has been going on for over 6 years. It was paused at one point, or certainly slowed because of COVID, and I think it's testimony to the determination and the detective ability of the officers that a case of such complexity is brought to such a successful conclusion. And I sincerely hope now that many of the victims of these appalling crimes will now regard themselves as survivors and might be able to move on with their lives.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And 22 people were prosecuted during the 3 trials, and this is one of the reasons why it wasn't reported on until now, because there were trials running in different areas, and so obviously once all of those can be wrapped up, then we can talk about it all. They did face numerous charges, including child sex abuse and child cruelty offences as well. Some people already been jailed, several others awaiting actual sentencing as well. And I think this will send shockwaves, really, Peter, through the community, no doubt, in Walsall, that child sexual abuse on this scale is clearly still taking place.
Yes, it may do, but I hope the message it will send will be to those people who may be watching and listening this afternoon, who are victims and who haven't been able to find it within themselves yet to come forward and speak, because you and I, Patrick, have discussed many times disturbing matters amongst our various police services, the length and breadth of the country. But I think these convictions, these successfully concluded trials, and this enormous investigation clearly sends out a message that if you are being abused, if you are a victim, if you are held against your will in any way, then please find the will, find the opportunity, come forward, speak to the police, and hopefully you will get justice.
Yeah, and also quite possibly hats off to the health service as well, because the abuse apparently came to light after concerns were raised following a hospital visit by one of the victims. So clearly there is a reporting process in there from the health service that goes right through to the police, and now some kind of justice. Just a quick one, and finally with you, Peter. In the round, bear in mind that the sentences already dished out to some of these people range from 28 months to life. OK, do you think that in general sentences for child sexual abuse situations are long enough in this country?
In my view, they can never be punitive enough. The longer, the better. Our children are so vulnerable. As a nation, we should protect them, cherish them, love them and nurture them, and most definitely not abuse them.